walk on the street, there is a smile on people's faces. That is the most attractive thing for me in Bali. People are happy.
Murat Erbaytan, owner and head coach of Mewellness CrossFit, lululemon ambassador, top coach, entrepreneur and investor.
There was like a month that I literally slept in the gym for about 20 days. And then when you look back at it, I don't even remember those hardships because now I do have a successful business. People really need to focus on how long do I need to work so hard and then shift the balance to my work so I can actually create a life balance later on.
What would you tell that Murat from 10 years ago?
Fire faster, hire a little bit slower.
The gym business is very, very risky. And what are the key things that you've done in order to build the gym, its revenue, and also the most important thing, which is the community?
If you want to be successful in any kind of business, you need to have a...
Bali is the dream for us Shanghainese foreigners that want to escape the city, but also have that idyllic life. What's been your journey in Bali?
Bali is an island of gods. There's something about Bali. If it likes you and welcomes you, you do have a very good experience in Bali. Consistency and the intensity. And I'm not just talking about fitness. You need to be consistent at work, showing up. You need to be intense. Simple as that. The same thing with the workouts. That's why gym translates into life so well. Most of the time, people are upset about the results they never worked for.
Murat, you're living the dream. You have the life that a lot of people want to live. How did you find that balance between life and businesses in Shanghai and Bali?
First of all, like, people always focus on balance, right? I need to be balanced from the beginning of my journey, which doesn't exist. And for the dream part of it, like, I think I made sure what my dream was a little bit like on earlier stages, so I know what I can actually work towards, right? But for one thing about the balance is like the balance does not exist. So the balance needs to shift to one of them in the different timelines. Like there was the first couple years when I was running the gym, and then there was like a month that I literally slept in the gym for about 20 days, right? So that was a hard work. And then when you look back at it, like I don't even remember those hardships because now I do have a successful business. So I think to a point, like people really need to focus on, okay, how long do I need to work so hard and then shift the balance to my work so I can actually create a life balance later on? Because at the early stages, I don't think it's that important. But when you get older, when your life changes, like when you have kids or a wife or friends, and then you want to spend more quality time on the other hand or other time of the life, right? When things actually start the matter most, because you can do so much more. And then to me, like I think man life starts after 35. The quality increases and the quality improves so much more after 35. But until 35, you got to do what you got to do, because like there is no such a thing. Oh, I'm going to work 8 hours a day and then I'm going to have this life. I don't think you can do that. I think you really need to focus on what you need to do to be able to earn that freedom later on, because it's definitely not given. Nobody's going to come and tell you, hey, you worked hard enough. You earned the right to have a good life. No, you work for it and then you earn that right by yourself. So for the balance part of it, it's all hard work. And then after that, you're like, okay, I work hard. Now I get a good team. I created my team. I built the team. Not everybody have their own responsibilities. And then everybody is working hard. And I truly enjoy the people that I work with, which is a very important thing to do as well. And then with them being responsible and understand the culture that I created in the gym, it definitely helps me to step away from the business more often now and then work on the other dreams that I have. Because like dreams change. You know, you want to open a gym, great. You want to be the best gym possible, great. And then with that, you start having, you exposed to different dreams, you're exposed to different locations, you're exposed to different things in life. And I think dreams change in life. My dream is still the same with the gym, But with that helped me to create other dreams that I want to focus on. And I never wanted to be like a one-dimensional person. Okay, I'm a gym owner, I'm done. No. I mean, I have other dreams. I have other interests. There are things that I dreamed of when I was a kid, with my dad, with my mom, with my sister. So now I have more time to be able to focus on these things. But it didn't happen with the balance at work first. It happened with the focusing on working hard, working long hours, sleeping in the gym, coaching 8 to 10 hours a day. And now I'm coaching maybe 2 hours a day or sometimes only 6 to 8 hours a week because I truly enjoy it, because not that I need to. So I come to a point that I don't really need to coach or work that long hours for the gym, but I truly enjoy it because it's always been the passion. And I like staying close with my community. Most of my friends are from the gym. So dream life, I don't know. It was a lot of hard work at the beginning. Like if you talk to me like 10 years ago, you're like, oh shit, you're working actually really, really hard. Is it really worth it? At that moment, you don't really know. But I only know one thing, that I don't like to fail. I don't want to be defeated. So I'm going to do everything in my power to be successful in everything that I do. So no balance. I don't believe in balance. Balance comes later, hopefully.
And what would you tell that Murat from 10 years ago? If you could go back and get that young guy and say, well, you're very young now, but to grab that young guy.
I appreciate you saying that. You must have some good filter there to make it look younger. To
grab that young guy and say that it's going to be okay, but what practical skills and advice would you actually tell him?
If I go back, I would do things probably the same way. There was a couple wrong people hired or wrong people that I work with. And then I always knew deep down, I would say, trust your gut feeling more, and then just like fire faster. That's probably the only thing that I would change. Fire faster, higher, a little bit slower. But other than that, I wouldn't really change anything because I really, really enjoyed my journey.
And now to our first sponsor of the podcast. Globlue Enterprise Services is a one-stop solutions provider for foreign investors, offering expertise in company registration, accounting and tax services, human resources, and visa assistance. You may remember a few episodes ago we had Julie Long on the podcast, and this is her company. With a proven track record of helping hundreds of foreign-owned enterprises and facilitating successful expansions into international markets such as mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, and beyond. They are the one agency to partner with to set up and grow your business. Use the discount code PANDA when signing with them for a 10% discount today. That's PANDA when signing with Globlue. Now, back to the podcast.
The gym business it's a little bit like selling ice, right? It's very, very risky with a lot of people. So how have you found that success, and what are the key things that you've done in order to build the gym, its revenue, and also the most important thing, which is the community?
So the gym, when I opened the gym, there was another CrossFit gym open for about 6 months before us. And then we were the second one, but that one closed. So we are basically the first one and the oldest CrossFit gym in China. So I think with the community, and if you want to be successful in any kind of business, you need to have a culture, right? You create that community around your culture. So I think that was the one thing that I have done, is like stay true to myself. And then at the beginning, we tried to kind of like make everyone happy, but it was kind of like a couple of months later, like I realized that you're not going to be able to make everyone happy, and then you just need to stay true to yourself. It's not for everyone. You don't need to attract everyone. It's not just about the money, but it's about getting the right people through the doors, because the right people are going to help you to build your business, right? Couple key people on your community is going to create their own community in the gym. And we were really open-minded. Our members are very open-minded, very welcoming. And then we are that gym that people feel comfortable as soon as they kind of come in. And then mostly it happened because of the culture, and then we stayed true to ourselves and then tried to do the right thing for everyone.
What is that culture? everybody talks about company culture, but what is that secret ingredient?
I think for us was the friendliness. Like when you come through the door, everything starts with the reception. Everything starts from the owner, right? And then you get that culture and the personality to your staff, and then members are going to be attracted to that personality and the culture that you create. What is that culture? We try to be as friendly as possible, helpful, but give it pretty much like a straight to people. Like, if they're not doing a good job, we don't say it's a good job. We say like, hey, do better. I think the honesty might actually be a little bit, people are like, whoa, but then again, they understand like you're doing the right things for the right reasons. And then at the end of the day, you're trying to help people genuinely. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it trains true to yourself is important. Gym being your passion is important. And also taking care of the people who become your members, right? People, I believe in marketing and everything, but for the gym businesses, like especially privately owned studios like us, CrossFit gyms or other studios, if you're setting up everything like a business, if you're only thinking about the numbers, you might not be as successful as you think, because you're not personalized and you're not personable in a way, right? And then I think that was the thing. We decided to take care of the people who are in the gym, try to make their experience in the best way possible. And then that experience created more and more members. People bring their own friends. So they were able to create that community as well, because like-minded people bring like-minded people, right? So they were able to enjoy the environment we created, and then they wanted their friends to create that environment and then enjoy that environment. And then we were able to build that family. Another thing with the culture is, I think the most important, especially in a place like Shanghai, you have to have a cornerstones for your culture. You need to have that place, the personality and the energy. The reason being, I'm looking at the pictures from 5 years ago. Maybe we have 10 members from 5 years ago still in the gym, right? But the rest of the people are completely different. So we are still able to attract like-minded people throughout the years. But the scary part of our business is the same thing, because we cannot keep growing on top. So if I was probably in the US or Europe, I would probably have 3-4 gyms, because we had that many people. We had thousands of people coming. And then we had people leaving consistently because Shanghai is a transient city. At COVID, we lost 40% of our members right around the COVID time, right? It's scary, but I always say, like, if you have the right attitude and then work ethics, you cannot replace the personalities, but I'm always going to be able to replace the numbers. If I need 100 people in that gym, I will have that 100 people in that gym. But, personalities, some people leave mark in your life. They are very supportive. They're part of the family. You're not going to be able to replace those personalities, but the number-wise, it's not going to be an issue if you're on the right path, doing the right things.
It's so true. I've recently cancelled my membership at my gym primarily because when I walk in there, they grunt at me. They don't say, "Good morning, Daniel. What are you training today?" There's just scan in. Oh, your membership's due in a month. There was none of that community feeling. Community breeds community, which is a really great point.
Yeah, I think that the luckiest that I feel, we don't try to sell. It's a luxury to have for a business, right? But I don't want to sell. The reason being, I still want that culture in my gym. And then I don't want to attract wrong people. Okay, money is great. But then again, you don't want to disturb the culture, because I want to go into my gym and then be happy there in the meantime. You know what I mean? And then the most important, like you said, people need to feel welcome. people needs to feel welcome. We have a huge LGBTQ community in our gym as well. Probably we have the biggest community in China. And then and I love that the welcoming environment for everyone, right? And then that's one part of our culture as well. We are very comfortable being friends with each other, going to brunches, organizing dinners and everything. It's like people genuinely like to hang out together. And then most of their friends are like literally come out of the gym. So I think our gym is like very, very special. And then what makes it special is like, okay, I created that, but the amount of people who helped me to create those communities and grow the communities, also welcoming me outside of the gym of those communities has been amazing. I think that was mostly the key to success.
It's interesting though, because most gyms, the way they would sell is they would have a guy on the corner with a leaflet and say, come to my gym, and then a little bit of pressure selling. A few months ago, I messaged you and said, hey, I want to come to your gym. He's like, yeah, if you want to come. And that's what I'm more likely to go for that, because it's the onus is on me, whether I want to come or not. And you're not hard selling. You're just, look, if you want to come, meet some friends, change your life, bit of fitness, improve your mindset, then come along. But if you don't, then not to worry. And that's what I liked about it.
The concept is different, right? So those guys have targets, sell. And then how they are making their money is like, okay, I have 1,000 members, but every day you only have like 100 people in the gym. So they're making money from the people who doesn't show up, right? You come for a month motivated, maybe buy some personal trainings and everything, and then life gets in the way, which I don't think is ever an excuse. But it's like they just cannot come. And then global gyms that's how they are making money, from the people who doesn't show up. I make money when people show up. I do not want to have people saying, okay, I went to the gym for a month and then I quit because of this reason. I need consistency. The people's consistency is how my concept, because then I can get results. You come for a month, not a lot of changes, to be honest with you, right? But you need to stick with anything in life at least 3 to 6 months to see results. For me, like, I want people who wants to be there. And then I cannot make you want it. You need to want it. That's why I'm like, hey, come try a class and then see how you feel, and then we talk afterwards, right? But then again, like, so I'm thinking about starting. I'm like, okay, when do you want to start? When do you want to come in? Let's get you started. If you like it, we talk about the membership concepts and everything, and then we can help you with that. But the thing is, like, it's your decision to make. And then how much I can sell that to you. Okay, I will sell it to you. You will come, get a 1-month membership, and then, I had enough. So we don't do hard sell. And we don't really call people for like a membership expired or expiring in a week. Like, I think I'm in a very, very luxurious situation that people come and then extend their membership without us asking. I don't think we needed to remind any more than a couple people. And then some of them, like, they just forget genuinely. They're not even remember, but that was the thing. Like, not a hard sell for us. We sell the concept, we sell the community, we welcome you, and then the rest is your choice.
I think that's every gym owner's dream to have that, right? And I think that's what gets lost in Shanghai. I think a lot of gym owners don't quite understand that sense of community, and you need to look after your customers, and they'll look after more customers, bring those in. So I think it's a great point. So we discussed before the podcast this idea of like manual building, because you've built quite a few different partnerships with you used to work with Elite, right? Elite models, and also Lululemon, right? Lululemon has become a phenomenon here in China.
I love Lululemon.
Right. I do like their shirts.
I mean, I love everything about them. Like, also, I think one of the reasons that it was an easy decision to be a part of Lululemon family and welcome them into the gym as well. Their sense of community, the way they treat their employees, the way they treat their ambassadors, and then how much they invest into their community. Okay, I mean, business-wise, of course, I mean, they need to invest to get more. I think it's a great content, but they genuinely try to build a community and invest into the community as well. So I think that was like the easiest decision to become an ambassador. Actually, I was going to become an ambassador like 8 years ago when Lululemon just came to Shanghai. But back in the day with my gym and everything, I had a different personal sponsor as well. So I was not allowed to do it. And then when they, 2 years ago, when I was not sponsored by the same brand, when they come in, hey, would you like to be a part of it now? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So I really, really like them. Really like them.
You said about community, but what's been that magic formula? Because I would say if you want to lose your girlfriend, go to Lululemon. She will be, you go to Lululemon, you just lose her. She's gone for an hour because it's, but based on the fact that it is somewhat pricey, you know, for some people, it's, what I'm always surprised at is how many people were in the shop. Yeah, how many people are actually their offline traffic?
It's literally 7 days a week.
Actually, the quality, we're saying about price, but the quality is decent, right? It lasts.
Hey,
I've got
better than decent. I'm not talking about as an ambassador now, but like even before an ambassador, my understanding was always like, okay, I'm gonna buy this brand, half the price, but I'm gonna wear it 3 times less. You know, like the longevity and the quality, and then the way it actually feels when you wear it is very, very different. And then there is a lot of science behind how they do things as well, how it's going to feel, the stitches and everything. So when you don't know all those, like what is behind it, and you see it as a shirt, I see it as like, oh, they actually thought about this and this and this. They come up with this materials and everything. So that's how I see it. I buy one short, I wear it for 3 years, which I would throw it out in a year for something that I pay half price. So I think the quality matters in the long term. And it's actually in the long term, it saves you money as well. And then you're wearing something really, really nice. It's definitely pricey, but you just need to change the perspective on that one. Do I buy 3 t-shirts I'm going to wear 2 months, or do I buy 1 or 2 and then I'm going to wear it for 2 years and still enjoy it because it looks good too? Mm-hmm. So that's how I see it. Quality matters more than the quantity.
I was just saying this with my videographer before the pod, who said, I want to get a suit. And I said to him, you got to pay a little bit more than 300-400 RMB, right? You got to have a bit of quality. And yeah. I think with Lululemon, it's like Lululemon, I got a quick story. A couple of years ago, you were saying about community. I was there for a boxing community event, and I did a squat and my trousers split. So I had a massive hole on the bottom, and straight away they ran over, here's a pair of 600 Kwai shorts, which probably couldn't afford at the time. But there was that awareness, right? That customer awareness, and they don't annoy you when you go in. They're not like, hey, sir, how can I help you? They let you be, and then they may come over and say, sir, can I help you with anything? And that's, they got that nice balance, which is rare.
I tell you what, the people probably doesn't realize, but some of those guys working at the store, if you actually ask for their suggestions, they will come up with better options than you would come up to yourself, right? So there is like a 1 or 2 when I go into the store to grab some stuff. They know me quite well. But then again, like I'm really biased about things that I like. And then like sometimes I'm not open-minded to try some of the things. So she brings me a couple of things that I'm not sure about this. And I wear it. I'm like, she looks good. So if you ever listening to this, like when you go into the shops looking around, if you feel lost, ask for an opinion of those ladies and the guys. And then they actually will like extend understanding of the collection, and then what you see is like they see it a little bit differently as well. It can be very, very helpful.
Yeah, it's a great point. Understanding the customer and all that. Bali. Let's talk about Bali. Right? Bali is the dream for us Shanghainese foreigners that want to escape the city, but also have that idyllic life. So what's been your journey in Bali? You mentioned before about property, but let's talk a little bit about about that?
I went to like a 9 years ago where there's not much going on in the Canggu area, which now is like a crazy busy area. And I really fall in love with Bali. Like I like the energy, and then they say Bali is an island of gods, right? And there's something about Bali, if it likes you and welcomes you, you do have a very good experience in Bali, right? And then if the island doesn't accept you, you do not have that kind of a good experience in Bali. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that Bali, I don't know, it's just when I first went to Bali, I loved it. I actually wanted to open a gym there as well. This was like 9 years ago, and then that will be the second CrossFit gym probably in Bali. Just like the time didn't work out, we couldn't make it happen, but it was not meant to be for sure. And then just going back and forth in Bali, and then I always wanted to invest because like in the early years, you talk about the balance and the dream life, right? So I decided, especially like right before COVID, I decided like, okay, I don't care making too much money. I'm not going to chase money, but I'm going to chase life, right? So what is that looking for me? So I decided what kind of a lifestyle that I like, right? And then that lifestyle kind of saves me wherever I go, because like the lifestyle that I have right now is like very minimalist. And then that being minimalist is increases the quality of life and the quality of the way I live life. So what is that? I need to have a good food, good gym, good partner, sunsets, couple beers, and then comfortable bed and a nice house, right? So this is the lifestyle that I like. And then I can literally, when it's that simplified, I can have that lifestyle anywhere I go. Do I have a gym in Shanghai? Yes. Do I have a good partner? Yes. Do I have good food? Yes. Do I have good friends? Yes. The only thing beach is missing, but then again, like you can have it all.
You could,
right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Not anymore. That was a COVID time. Right? It's like I don't think any of us is ever gonna go to Shanghai unless there is something going on. But like I can implement that lifestyle wherever I go. So people are like, "Oh, you like Bali more and Shanghai more?" I'm like, look, I don't need to make that choice because I do have a good life in Shanghai or Bali or when I go to Turkey, because my life doesn't change. I do pretty much the same thing, just the faces changes, but the things that I do and the quality of my life is like never really changes. So that was the thing, like first you need to understand how you want to live this life. Are you chasing money? Are you willing to give up so much for money, or you really, this is the lifestyle, this is what I need, this is what I'm going to do, and then you make that decision and move on. Right? So I think that's what I did. And then I made a plan of, okay, how am I going to get there? So and I wanted to, like, if I don't work at all, I will always work. I will always do passion projects or a little bit of this, because like I think the moment I stop working, I'm just going to be like getting older, and my brain is not going to function the same way. And I need something. I can't just stand still. I love chilling, but I cannot stand still. I need to have something that's just going to keep me busy. So I'm like, okay, I need this much passive income for the lifestyle I want. How do I create it? What happens? And then I love Bali. I wanted to live in Bali partially anyway. I'm like, okay, close to Shanghai. I mean, close enough. And then I'm starting investing in Bali. I have some investments in Turkey as well. But Bali playing a big part of my plan. So starting from 2024, the idea is to split time between Shanghai and Bali, just like taking care of the business here, Bali. So I did my first investment in before COVID. COVID hit, so it was a little bit scary at that time, but we had a good developers, which was great. And then after that, okay, I wanted to have something in a different location in Bali as well. We made it Berkeley. One of our friends is developing that one, but we didn't want to destroy a land, so we got a like an old building and then refurbishing that building, and then now we got a couple more little investments going on, and finally we decided to make our own house. So you learn a lot, right? When you go to Bali, you're with the builders, you know the locations, and then you start learning, okay, contractors and architect and the still don't know much about materials, to be honest with you, but like you know what kind of a house that you want to live in, and then the cost of it is so much lower than Europe and the US. Like still the market is very, very good and the returns are great. So the investment in Bali real estate or any kind of business you want to open, if it's going to be successful, Bali is still a very, very good investment.
What would we be looking at if we were going there with some starting capital?
Depends what you want to do.
You just want to buy your first property in Bali and grow from that.
Buy first property or build first property.
Let's do both. Let's do buy and build.
They say buying would be, there's a lot of like good prices available right now in Bali. I mean, there are some studios around 115,000. There are some 2-bedroom small villas, 80 square meter. These 2 bedrooms, they're around like a 150, 180. And the return is the most impressive part of the Bali, right? The returns are realistic, I would say 10% guaranteed after the taxes, which is like, but it goes up to 15, 16%. I think the most realistic would be if you don't want to be very disappointed or like, okay, 10% a year is good. 12% is like, it's still very, very reasonable. And then it can go up to 15 depending on your investment, the location, and the house you build or to buy. But I think if you want to live in Bali, if you want to buy like a something decent 2-bedroom, that should cost you around 250. Between 180 to 250, you can get something very decent.
Is this dollars or
US?
Yeah, that's really interesting numbers, which aren't really out there. Right? A lot of people show the actual lifestyle of Bali and, oh, it's so idyllic. And so apart from that, what else can people be looking at with Bali? Because there's kind of 2 ways of looking at it. You got property or you're a digital nomad there, but what else is out there?
Everything. Like honestly, whatever you can think of right now, you can do in Bali. Also, what is good about Bali is like the vibe in Bali is very, very different. And then Ubud have a different vibe. Uluwatu have a different vibe. Canggu have a different vibe. Seminyak have a different vibe. So you're in the same place and then you drive your scooter for an hour and then you're completely in a different vibe. Even the type of people changes because different vibe attracts different people, right? Canggu, I think, is like the biggest fitness hub in the world. I would easily say that the amount of gyms, the amount of quality gyms, and the healthy food, it's just available like literally every corner. I mean, you get on your scooter, you go anywhere you want in 10, 15 minutes. Beach is always 5 to 15 minutes. The beaches are mostly wavy. It's like a volcanic sand as well, especially in Canggu. So for surfers are amazing. Bali have one of the best sunsets in the world. Just sitting there and then sipping a beer or coffee or coconut and then just watch it and take pictures. And there is so many different expats are coming as well. There is more and more people actually living in Bali now. And there is more and more schools are opening in Bali. And then Bali have a couple of really world famous schools as well. So I think it's going to be more attractive for more and more people as well. Just move down and live there. Even if not living, just because COVID made people realize there is, people can work from everywhere depending on what they're doing, right? So I think that opened up a lot of doors for a lot of people, at least partially living in Bali. So I meet a lot of people live in Dubai, come to Bali for 2 months because one of my friends was teaching photography online, right? And digital marketing. So he can like literally be there in the morning, 2 hours, do his thing, go to gym, chill in the evening, great food. People are happy. You know, that is the most attractive thing for me in Bali. You walk on the street, everybody smiles. You go with your scooter, there is a smile on people's faces. Like, it's just nice feeling. You know, you leave the house, nice and warm, people are happy, you got good gym, good food, you're meeting very interesting people, and people are very open-minded to do business together. So let's say we meet and then you have this in mind and I'm like, hey, I just met a guy like who's actually building a villa. Why don't you talk to him? Like constant connection, consistently trying to help as well. Because like nobody's expecting anything from me. Not a lot of people goes to Bali, oh, I need to make ends. People go to Bali, they either really enjoy the lifestyle, and the lifestyle can be very cheap in Bali too. I mean, okay, real estate is 2-3 times more expensive than before COVID, but the food, the scooters, everything is like, there is a very good quality, cheap life still available there. Shanghai used to be like that, right? So I think that's the beauty of it. Like what attracts me is the positive vibes, the beach, and then the healthy lifestyle that which fits how I want to live. So that's why Bali. Thailand, not a big fan. Not a big fan. I mean, the beaches are great, but the vibe is the same. You go from one place to another one, like a similar restaurant. Okay, you can beat the food. Thai food is amazing, but it's not. I find a little bit more, not a lot of excitement for me, but it's a beautiful place to go visit. I'd rather to go to Bali, Thailand for like a week, enjoy, hang out with my friends. I think it's a great getaway, but the lifestyle Bali speaks to me a little bit more, and Shanghai speaks to me a little bit more as well, because Shanghai is still a very vibrant city, and I truly feel excited coming back, hanging out with my community, teaching. So when people, like I said earlier, people ask me, Bali or Shanghai, I'm like, you can compare. I like both. I mean, I enjoy what I have here, and I also enjoy what I am. You don't need to always make a decision. So that's where the balance comes in, right? So when you work hard and then create something which is going to allow you to earn that freedom, then you can do that as well. It's not like I'm going to Bali and doing nothing. I still do stuff. Those are the dreams that I had, right? And then, but for me to be able to do that, it took me around like literally 9 to 10 years, and the COVID and everything, I needed to go through that hard time to be able to balance that. When I'm here, I truly enjoy this. When I'm there, I'm not really worried about Shanghai anymore, because I do work with good people who is taking care of the gym when I'm not here, right? So the balance needs to be earned, but at the beginning of your journey, not really, not so much.
We've gone full circle. I think we've done it right. And I think 10 years, I think that's a great thing to end on. Like 10 years to really get good at something, whether it be business, fitness, and it's got to be consistent. Building communities, building property portfolios, Bali, Shanghai, wherever it is. People, we discussed this before the pod actually, it's like you've got to put in the time and the working hard. You've got to get it done. So where can people find you, Murat? If they want to get in touch with you, or they want to follow you, give yourself a plug.
My gym is CrossFit Mewellness. I was gonna wear a T-shirt, but I'm not big on that marketing thing. I don't want to push it,
Alex mostly does that,
CrossFit Mewellness, the oldest CrossFit gym in China. Basically, we've been affiliated with CrossFit 11 years, and we just restrict the CrossFit. But people always think about CrossFit is super hard. And we do have our CrossFit bootcamp classes, which is still CrossFit, designed exactly the same methodology. We just don't use any barbells, so it's a little bit less intimidating, so people can start creating intensity immediately. And 3 months ago almost, I just started the High Rocks classes as well. High Rocks is big in the world. Basically, they're using a very similar methodology like CrossFit, but they don't use any barbell or high skill gymnastics. So it's a lot more accessible. So we do twice a week on those as well. So if you really want to be a part of a good community and also like improve your lifestyle, get a little bit fitter, get a better habits, and then surrounded by like-minded people. We go out drinking as well once or twice a week, so you can be a part of that circle as well. So come to CrossFit Mewellness for the community and fitness. And if you want to find me personally, you can check my WeChat channel on Instagram. Sometimes you can probably put it down there, whatever you there. And yeah, I try to post consistently once a week. And then, yeah, and any help they need, just let me know, and then we figure it out.
Appreciate it, mate. And I really like your content. It's quite inspiring is the word. Your story is inspiring. I'm not someone that really gets motivated by watching a video and hey, get up out of bed, but your stuff does motivate me. Probably you and David Goggins are probably a few honest blend actually does that. So.
I think it's the older age. If you can do it, I can do it. Let's go.
It's the mindset, I think.
But one thing that let's finish it with that one, right? Like the most important thing is like consistency and the intensity. And I'm not just talking about fitness. You need to be consistent at work, showing up, and you need to be intense, right? Work with an intensity. The same thing with the workouts. That's why gym translates into life so well. You need to be consistent. You need to create intensity to be able to see results. Simple as that. You can't do it like a once in a while and expect the results. And most of the time, people are upset about the results they never worked for. So put the work in, you will see the results. That's the main thing. Simple as that.
Great way to end the pod. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, sir. Thanks for having me.
Take care, guys. Like, subscribe. See you next time.